Hey girl, hey. It's your girl, Kay-otic Tea, back with another video, you guys. We are about to recap, review, and add a little bit of commentary about BBO Season 2, Episode 2. I know I'm late. Episode 3 is going to be premiering today. Let's go ahead and get straight into it so that I can get this video edited and uploaded and ready for y'all to see. I am going to be watching it in real time. I'm about to start the episode up right now and see what's going on. So let's go. Okay, so it starts off basically where they left off with Tokyo and LaRue fighting. Listen, this fight was garbage. It was trash. I feel like neither one of them really wanted to fight. Neither one of them can fight. So, you know, I'm not really impressed by anything that I just saw. I feel like even if you're going on BBO, if you know you're going on the show where a potential fade is going to be ran, you need to at least have your stamina up a smidge. Tokyo looks so tired. Like, girl, I'm not saying run no mile, but maybe get on the treadmill and walk a little bit. Okay. All right. Maybe, you know, lift a couple weights or something. Like, she looks so tired. Like, girl, like, prepare yourself. You called out the fade. You look more tired than even LaRue does. And I know she's bigger than LaRue or whatever, but that don't mean that you gotta be not having no stamina. Like, that's just ridiculous. So the fight ends and everybody's kind of just talking about that. LaRue's like, yeah, that's what y'all wanted, this and that. So I don't know if that's what production wanted or if that's what the audience wanted. I don't know who she really talking to, but it's like, girl, we didn't want that. Who cares about Tokyo and LaRue fighting? Like, that's not even a fade that's like anticipated in the least bit. So I don't know, child, but yeah, let's see what goes on next. Okay, so now we go over to the newbies and everybody just talking and, you know, doing their whole, like, you know, getting to know each other thing. And they're on the sprinters and in the cars and stuff, and they're driving to a destination. Pretty P looks very bored with the whole thing. Like, Pretty P normally looks kind of bored, but she just looks extra bored right now. I don't know what it is. I don't know if she has beef with anybody already, but she just kind of looked like she don't know, like, what's up, really. Like, she looked like she can't trust nobody. But everybody else is pretty much talking and, you know, getting to know each other. Cartier, I think her name is. She looks a little standoffish too. Ghetto Barbie, she's really popping it in the confessionals, talking about everybody look bad and all this other stuff. She rates them 5s and 7s. And I'm like, girl, you are not... You ain't giving 10 energy yourself, baby. Like, I don't even know what this outfit is on that she got on in the confessionals. This white spaceship attire she's wearing. I don't know. Like, it looks... Girl, bye. Anyway, so, you know, we got Slim. Slim is talking a lot, and I don't know. Like, Slim with the stank face. I don't know. I gotta see what all these girls are kind of giving, because they are rubbing me the wrong way right now. I'm not really feeling any of them that much, you know, but this is their little first impression and they all kind of act the same and they're all kind of just being on their bougie vibes. So I don't know. I'm not really feeling anybody, but we got to see what it gives as the show goes on and see how they kind of come out their shell more. So some of them start pulling up to a place and it looks like they might have like costumes or something where they're about to do, I think this is like the photo shoot scene or whatever, where they have those like old school kind of like old Hollywood 1920s type of vibe on with the feathers and everything. So I don't know, but let's see what goes on here. So finally all of the new girls arrive to one spot and they all walk into what looks like a kind of like a backdrop for a photo shoot. It's all white. And the thing about this scene that really just hit me for real is how much every single girl looks exactly the same for the most part. Like, you got one or two that might have on like kind of like clothes or a look with a different vibe, but they all have on these same type of sweatsuits or little track suits or whatever. They all have these big old BBLs. They just all have the same look. And it's just really like the culture of girls now, or like the generation now, is just so sad because they all just do the same thing. They're all on Instagram or TikTok and they're all looking at what everybody else is doing and want to go do the exact same thing. I don't know. Back in my day, you know, when I was a kid or when I was a little bit younger, like, we didn't want to look like everybody else. Like, it was a flex to be different and look different and have different stuff. If you saw somebody with something and then you went and got the same thing, baby, you was getting clowned. Okay, you was going to be the laughing stock of school or work or whatever space you was in for copying somebody. And nowadays it's just crazy because everybody wants to be the same thing, do the same thing, wear the same thing, look the same way, same size BBL, same size this, same wig, same makeup. It's just really sickening, to be honest. But yeah, so let's see where this goes. Now, so one thing I am noticing a little bit that they might be trying to foreshadow an issue between Slim and JG. JG keeps like slick saying, oh yeah, Slim been popping it all day. Slim been popping it all day. And not to say that, you know, she's mad or if she don't like it or whatever, but they are making it a point to show her saying that. And it's not in the confessionals, it's just on the show. So like while they're all like around each other. So I don't know. I feel like that could kind of be like a, you know, like a little, like clock a little T, you know, she trying to clock Slim or whatever. I don't know. But like I said, let's see. They have Heaven Marina, I guess, announcing that Barbie has a surprise for them outside. And it's so staged and fake. I hate it. Like, I really hate inauthenticity. Like, just be normal. Like, stop trying to act like, and like the production, like, don't try to set up scenes like this. Like, people really don't like it for real. Like, and we could tell that it's staged. Like, have a producer come on and announce to the girls what's what. Like, don't have them pretending like they're getting new information or whatever. Like, it's just cringy. It's ick. But either which way, she's saying that they're gonna get something outside from Barbie, so now they're on their way outside. So this is the part where they get introduced to the OGs. The OGs pull up in their Corvettes or their Lambos or whatever it is. And they're getting out of the cars and everybody's like, oh yeah, okay. But Pretty P, like I said on my last video, Pretty P is not feeling this. I don't think she's feeling this now that's TV stuff. And I don't think she's feeling like being like on the sidelines. I think she, you know, like Zeus is where you go to. Like, that's what you're working towards. Like, being, I don't want to say demoted, but like coming down a step is a little bit like, and not to say, you know, Pretty P is not going to do her best and shine and all that kind of stuff, because I like Pretty P. I'm just saying, like, the vibe is like, these bitches are beneath me kind of thing, which they probably are. And so they show her in her confessional and she's like, they got these OGs pulling up in, you know, Lambos and whatever. And they got me standing on the side looking like a groupie. She like, where mine at? Because that's the energy it is. Like, she's from Zeus. They should have had her maybe not as a special guest or something, but like low-key a special guest. Like, she shouldn't have been just regular cast. And that's just my opinion. Like, I don't know, you know, Pretty P is that girl to me. Like, I like Pretty P. So I feel like she should have came on this show popping it on a higher scale based off of what production could provide for her to pop on a higher scale. Like, they should have gave her like a guest spot, or, you know, like she should have been, I don't know. I just don't think she should have came in on the same time as the new girls. Being a multi-season vet of Zeus. That's just what I think. Here come Tokyo again with this. We are the upper echelon. Y'all ain't gotta be with all that ghetto stuff. We get BBLs and we got businesses. Like, I'm tired of BBLs being the flex. Like, just ugh. Like, I'm not trying to hate or anything like that, because, you know, to each his own. Do what works for you. But for that to be the flex, for that to be the thing that you're like, yeah, I'm upper echelon, I have a BBL. Like, no, baby. If you didn't need a BBL, you'd be upper echelon. So, yeah, talk about it. Like, what? Like, where are we going? Where's this generation going? Like, what's happening? What's going on with the girlies? Like, do we need to have a talk? So, Tokyo sees Slim, and they had beef from the previous season of the hookup. So Tokyo basically like, yeah, I see you, Slim. Like, what's up? Like, what's going on? And Tokyo and Slim like, whatever's going on, what's going on? And basically Tokyo called her out like, do you need that? If you don't, then we cool. Then if not, but whatever we on, And they both do their little cop out. Whatever you on, that's what I'm on. Oh, well, whatever you on, that's what I'm on. Like, if you and y'all don't make a decision and fight, but they decide not to fight. They kind of let it go at that point. Who knows where that's going to go after that. And then, so Big Lex been on the show in her fight attire the whole time. I don't know who she really had beef with. It felt like she might have had beef with Takayla or LaRue, but she really wasn't taking it there with either one of them. So, she kept it cute for most of the first episode. But right now she's saying, where's OG Ballhead, a.k.a. OG Nia Lee? And apparently she's not showing up. I guess she was supposed to be on the season and she's not showing up. So her and Tokyo is basically like, yeah, like, like you should have been here. You was popping it, blah, blah, blah. But apparently she ain't coming. So now they just kind of like dispersing and getting ready to go into, I guess, wherever they're going into to see what's going on next. And side note, I feel really bad for Tokyo that nobody told her she had a big ass hole in the back of her dress on the shoulder. Like, she just had a fight with LaRue. I'm guessing that's why or where the hole came from. But none of them girls are your friend because none of them told you that, because you could have changed your outfit. And your outfit wasn't even really that cute to begin with. So somebody should have told you to change anyway. But definitely with a hole in it, somebody should have told you to change. So they're walking in. Sav Doll is kind of like popping it a little bit in her confessional, saying how she feel like that girl, which is good. She's not popping it in a bad way, but she's just saying like that with everything going on that she feels good. And then she brings up that she's a lot of chocolate girls and that she's happy about that. And I would have to say, two fingers touching, now that's TV. I agree. Yes, the chocolate girlies need to be represented on the shows. And, yeah, I'm feeling that too. Yeah, pretty much. Not much to say about that. I think that is a beautiful sight to see. So they're standing there, they're talking, whatever, and then I guess Slim decides that her initial reaction to being asked if she needed that was wrong. So she reverses her answer, and now she needs that. So she asks Tokyo, like, do you want to get it in one more time? Because she's saying that Tokyo tried to jump her. They do a flashback of the hookup reunion, and they show E.T. and Tokyo basically running at Slim, trying to fight her. So she now all of a sudden she wants to fight. I mean, and don't get me wrong, I'm here to see the fight, don't get me wrong, but it's just a matter of like, if you was really on that, you would have been on that the minute you seen her, and there wouldn't have been no asking you, oh, do you need that and all that. You would have just gave it to her. Like, she wouldn't even have to ask no questions about it. I really think the BBO girls, or I'm sorry, not BBO girls, BBO girls are so nice and polite, and like, they just, oh, well, let me take my shoes off first. Oh, well, I mean, are you gonna go ahead and take your bracelet off? Go ahead. Yeah. Like, they really give each other time to get ready for the face. That's so sweet. That's so sweet, because Tokyo is like, I'm gonna take my heels off. And Slim just stood and waited and, took, had her patient cap on, and she allowed Tokyo to get ready. I thought that was really sweet of her. But, baby, that's not me. I'm not giving you no advantage. Yeah, I'm going to knock you over in them heels, baby. Yeah. All right, so the fight was a fight. I mean, it wasn't impressive. It wasn't that bad. But I don't feel like Tokyo, personally, I don't feel like she got her lick back from Slim for really doing her in at the reunion. I feel like Slim's little 1-2 was better than Tokyo's 1-2. But nonetheless, if somebody won, it was Tokyo. But it just wasn't given. Like, the BBO girlies don't really be fighting like that. Like, they don't be really trying to, like, kill and destroy, or unalive and destroy, I should say. So, Tokyo's too worried about her wig coming off to really be getting what she needs to get in these fights. So hopefully that's the end of that, because I really don't care to see Slim and Tokyo fight anymore. I think that Tokyo was a little too overexcited about the whole thing, talking about, did I do that? Did I do that? Was that me? Girl, you can't fight. And Slim can't neither, but, all right. But in the end, Slim does declare that their little beef is over with. Thank God. So they move on, and Pretty P pretty much clocks Slim, and she's just like, oh, so you think you won that fight? And Slim like, yeah, what you think? And she like, I don't think you won. Just with a straight face. Pretty P's face be so straight. It's so hilarious. And she was just like, you win some, you lose some, whatever. And they were just going back and forth about that, but I just thought that moment was really funny. So then they go on to getting dressed up in these showgirl outfits, and they have to decide who is the baddest bitch. So all the girls have to vote for who they want to be, the baddest. So in the end, Sav ends up getting picked as the baddest. And it's a little tension because of that, because nobody picked Lex, and y'all know Big Lex feels like she's the baddest of everything. So she's just kind of like popping it like, they don't know mother when they see mother, whatever. And so I think everybody is a little bit salty because, obviously they all are about their aesthetic and they want to be the winner of the best aesthetic, I guess. So Sav ends up winning. That she goes up, and then they're like, okay, well, now we have to pick the wackest one. And Takayla immediately gets mad. I ain't the wackest one. And do. And I guess because Lex was like, so is Takayla the wackest one? I guess she meant because she had got the second amount of the most votes for the baddest. So I don't know why her logic would have been that it would have been Takayla, but whatever. So Takayla's like, no, I don't, I'm not whack, and I don't want to pick nobody because I think everybody's bad bitches and da. Then she's like, you know what, Slim? Actually, you're whack. So Slim was basically like, why do you think I'm whack and this and that? And she was like, you should have got that. Takayla was like, you should have got that with Tokyo outside when she asked you if you wanted to get that. And Slim was like, I do what I want when I want. And Takayla was like, yeah, that's fine and all, but like, we could have came in here and y'all could have still fought. Like, I think you're whack for not telling her right off the bat that that you needed that. And don't get me wrong, I agree with her about Slim being whack for that. But also at the same time, girl, you just basically did the same thing. They asked you who you thought was whack. First you said nobody. Then 5 seconds later, here you go changing your mind. So to me, you did the same thing, just in a different circumstance or a different situation. So I don't know. I just feel like she can't really pop it on Slim because, it's really not even that. Who even cares that she did that, to be honest? Like, I could see by thinking like, okay, that was whack. But at the end of the day, like, it's not really that serious. She felt like she needed that with Tokyo. She got it. But Takayla's really, really, like, looks driven and focused on her aesthetic. She ready to fight everybody if she gets voted wackest bitch in the house. And it's just like, girl, bye. Like, grow up at the end of the day. Like, if you think you're that girl, then you think you're that girl. Be that girl, and what everybody else think don't matter. That's how you know that girls can't really, stand on their own or like be who they are because they're too worried about what other people think about them. Okay, so then it's revealed that production says if everybody don't pick somebody that they think is whack, then they're going home. They gotta make it so that it's messy, child. So Takayla had already picked Slim. Then Tokyo picked, I believe it was Ghetto Barbie. And then like a lot of people are picking Ghetto Barbie. So it's kind of like going between Ghetto Barbie and Slim. So Ghetto Barbie, she's feeling the type of way about it. She's like, oh, well, you're whack because of this. And she's just going down the line telling everybody why they whack, and this and that. And Slim, she's not really feeling it either. But the person who gets the maddest about the whole thing, again, is Takayla because Lex said that she's the wackest, and then Ghetto Barbie says that she's the wackest. So she just gets super mad, and she just goes and starts fighting Ghetto Barbie. And I'm not gonna lie, Ghetto Barbie probably is the wackest. She a little bit funny looking. Like, I ain't gonna hold you. She look a little weird. So, and I mean in the face. Like, her face is like maybe like she has a lumpy face. So in the midst of all this, Tokyo keeps like inserting herself and telling Takayla to be quiet for some odd reason because Takayla's popping it. And finally, Big Lex just gets tired of her doing that, and she's just like, nigga, shut up. Like, leave Takayla alone. She's a grown woman. If she want to say X, Y, and Z, let her say it. Like, so, and Tokyo just kind of backed down off of it. And I'm like, ain't no way you gonna run up in my face, okay, and get the yelling about telling me to shut up and think you not finna get popped. Like, I don't know, like, but this is BBO, child, and they, they're not really into the standing on business thing. And don't get me wrong, I am entertained by this show. I do like it, and every now and then they, they do their ones, but I'm more into the scrap, the fights of the whole situation, and they are just too prissy for me sometimes. And another thing, their reasoning for fighting is always so dumb. Like, I mean, all of I'm a grown up, so any reason to get out there and fight gotta be about, somebody has done wrong to your family, your mama, your child, your man. Like, somebody has hurt your family and you need to defend yourself, accordingly. So all of it's childish, but at least when it comes to, certain other beefs, it's like, okay, well, you did this to me and this and this and that, and, now I want to fight. But when it's about like, oh, you said I'm whack, and you said I'm not the baddest, and you said my BBL was crooked, like, I don't want to see a fight because of that, or I don't think that that's a good enough excuse or reason to be fighting. I think it's a little more childish than the other reasons. So after Ghetto Barbie goes up and down the line and she's telling who's whack and who's whack. And one thing I'm going to say also about Ghetto Barbie, sorry, I'm getting off the subject, but also about her having a lumpy face. She got a real long chin. She kind of looks like Natalie Nunn, like, and then her bottom lip kind of sticks out like Bubba Gump. If y'all don't know who Bubba Gump is, Google him, because she, I don't think she fits the mold. If we're talking about a certain aesthetic for BBO, I think Ghetto Barbie should have not been chosen. Not gonna lie. So finally, Takayla gets mad enough to pop something. So she pops Ghetto Barbie in the face. So they get to fighting. And again, I'm not impressed with the fights. Y'all know, if y'all watched my other videos, that I am more into like analyzing the fights. So I like for somebody to square up. I like for somebody to really like get down. And they're not really doing that. Like, they're not really on that, like that. So they're just more like just pulling and grabbing and, whatever. So the fight is cool. Like, you can't tell who won because they're just rolling around all over each other. So it's really nothing. So they go back and forth for a little bit, but that's really the end of that episode. It looks like next week's episode is going to be decent because there's a little back and forth between JG and Slim, like I thought. Like, I kind of, like I said, she was, saying little stuff about Slim here and there. And don't get me wrong, the problem seems to have come from the whole fight between Takayla and, I'm sorry, not Takayla, but the whole fight between Tokyo and Slim. But I just feel like she might have felt the way about Slim prior to that even happening. So yeah, I'm going to be hopefully posting this today. The new episode starts today as well. So, I'm a little late, but I am going to watch it tonight and see what it's giving you guys. So thank you so much for watching. Make sure you guys like, comment, and subscribe. Tell me what you guys think about this episode. Tell me what you guys think about my commentary. If you agree or disagree on the fades, who won the fades, who was right, who was wrong, and all that good stuff. Make sure you, like I said, like, comment, and subscribe. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.